Okay, we're here at 200 Blanca on Davis Islands. This is a Ramos design build project. My name is James Ramos.
Gareth Brown.
And we're going to walk you through an important phase of the home. Right now we're at a phase, we're constructing the shell of the home. And one of the things that's unique about what we do here in Tampa, Florida is we build with ICF. It's insulated concrete forms. It's a stay-in-place concrete form that we pour solid through and through, and we'd like to take you through and show you what we've done. In the past few videos that we did, we talked about sort of the foundation, the pre-foundation, the slab and below. So we ended up doing pilings that were driven down 40 to 50 feet. We did grade beams that tied the pilings from horizontal to vertical. And then we ended up building a footer wall and a slab. We poured the first floor, we put the floor system in, and then now we're on the second floor, pouring the walls solid concrete.
We're doing 3,000 PSI concrete, and it's a solid pour construction upstairs. We have a small pump today that we're using. We usually use an aerial boom pump, but for the proximity of the neighbors' homes is very close, and to not have any accidents or anything, we're using a smaller pump to do that. All right, as you can see, we got guys here placing concrete, and what they're doing is they're vibrating. They're doing surface vibrating, and that helps consolidate the concrete, and it does have a little bit to do with placement. We have vertical and horizontal rebar in the walls. As you can see, everything is scaffolded around. We've made wooden forms to help contain the concrete for placement.
So we're going to see in a little bit, there's another concrete truck coming. The guys will actually take the boom, walk it around the perimeter 3 to 5 times until the walls are completely solid. We don't pour one section at one whole time. We basically walk around and do a few feet at a time. But as you can see, this is a window opening, and what's unique about this is that it's very similar to concrete construction, where the windows will be set in concrete. So what you're looking at is a styrofoam stay-in-place form. There's a web that's holding the concrete together, and as we pour the concrete, it meshes and blends with the rebar that ties everything together. So what you have is a stay-in-place form. It's 1.5 inches on each side, so it offers insulation on the inside of the home, which we don't have to add any. And then also, which is very unique to ICF, it offers insulation on the outside. So as the sun hits the home, it doesn't radiate through the home. So our tonnage of air condition, a lot of the efficiencies that you would want in a home, it's very affordable, and it's definitely green. You want to talk a little bit about this, Gareth?
Yeah, what it is here is we have a solid concrete windowsill. So what I'm saying is you don't have foam on these two edges here. You'll have concrete for a minimum of 2 inches. And that is a very good way for keep water intrusion out, to keep it from going down between the foam and the concrete. That's a standard thing we do with the ICF construction. As you can see here, we have plumb wall bracing. They incorporate a scaffold board, and they also keep our walls straight. They have an adjustment here, which we can plumb the walls in and out. We streamline the wall from corner to corner, plumb the corners, and then we get our walls perfectly straight. So it's a very unique and good system that we have going here. You can see all the top of the wall, we have marks on them. Those are going to be for truss straps. Truss straps are required for uplift for the hurricane zone we're in. So it'll be solid concrete all the way to the top of the wall. The truss straps are embedded in the concrete, which will then connect to the actual trusses. If you can look over here, due to this large span, this is a large bank of doors here. So it's huge, it's 20 feet 5 inches. So we have a cast-in-place beam, which has a rebar cage and reinforcement, and that holds up the weight of the roof truss here, and then we put our doors in there. Now right now behind us, they're placing the concrete with the hose. So they're basically just pumping the concrete down in the wall and filling the walls up as we go. Next stage from here, we'll be setting roof trusses. Once we set the roof trusses, we do the subfascia, and we'll be decking the roof, and then we'll do a dry-in. Once we have the roof dried in, we'll install our windows and some of our exterior doors. That keeps the house dry and tight as soon as possible. And we like to do that as soon as possible, get the house dry and tight. And then it'll be interior walls and we'll get our different trades in, the electricians, the plumbers, low voltage, HVAC.
Well, let's go downstairs and take a look at one of the blocks so you guys can understand what we're talking about as a point of difference between concrete block and ICF. All right, so we wanted to take you through and actually give you an up and close of the actual blocks that we use. So again, it's insulated concrete forms, acronym is ICF. The company that we represent and use religiously here is called Fox Blocks. It's a great company. They make these interlocking blocks that we build with in Tampa, Florida. So Gareth is going to take you through a couple of points of difference, and then we can compare concrete block with the ICF after he gives you a quick overview of the blocks.
Okay, quick overview of the block. I'll give you a little rundown here. As you can see, this gets poured solid core construction. It has these plastic tabs that go all the way through the block. If you can see the strip where it says Fox Block right here, they're every 8 inches. So every 8 inches inside the house, I have a furring strip that's built into the block, inside and out. So I attach my drywall directly to the furring strip. Depending on what kind of cladding I use on the outside of the house, they can attach directly to the furring strip. This becomes really strong when we fill this with concrete. You don't have to tie rebar in this system because it locks in these tabs. So it'll lock in horizontally, and then we drop in the verticals from the top of the wall. Right now it has 2 1/4 inches and 2 1/4 inches of insulation already. So that's 5 inches total of insulation. Each block is 16 inches tall and 4 feet long, which makes for it's a speedy process laying the block because the blocks are so good. I mean, they're so big. And that's a quick rundown of the block.
As far as the benefits to the customer, when you have an ICF home, there's several different factors that it hits. Number one, and most important, is the wind resistance and the stability of your shell. So due to the fact that the ICF is a stay-in-place concrete form, there is rebar, there is concrete. This is not just a styrofoam home. So there is an integrity factor that's next to none. The second piece is termites. Termites can't eat through styrofoam and they can't eat through concrete. So that's a huge factor. The third is the insulation factor. Gareth just pointed out over 5 inches of insulation on the outside and the in, with 5 to 6 inches depending on the size of the block of concrete. So when that sun hits the side of that house, it's really not radiating through the home. So what that translates to a homeowner is that you can get a lot less air conditioned tonnage to pump in to a home such as this. It's over 5,000 square feet, 8,000 square feet under roof. So those are the 3 key important factors that at Ramos Design Build, we really look into the shell. We make sure that we're building an efficient and green home due to the innovations that have come over the last 10, 15 years. Having a green home is affordable. And we like to look at affordable as well as luxurious.
As we saw upstairs where we saw the window had the window form on it, well, this is a finished product right here. And as you can see, it's solid concrete. It becomes a water for the water intrusion and for a termite. If a termite was to get past it, he could burrow through the foam, but he's not going to burrow through the concrete. So that stops any of that from the window. So once we put the window in, we use a low E impact windows. So it's an insulated window. We put these in. After that, we'll do a sealed soffit and icing in the attic. What that does is it seals the home up for low energy bills. This house will be near soundproof. So the neighbors' houses, the street traffic, you hardly hear any of that stuff, being this is what it is. Solid concrete, insulation, it's great stuff. I can show you here, even on the outside, you'll see the furring strip is built into the wall now. So when we come in my driveway, well, on the outside, any kind of cladding, if you were going to do a siding or a hardy board or put a metal lath on here, you could screw right into this. And these strips stack all the way from top to bottom on the outside and the inside. Okay, as we just talked about upstairs, we had the beam formed in. So down here, this is a finished beam. You can see how much concrete and how strong it is, that it's holding the complete floor system for 20 feet. That's what it looks like when we take the wood off.